Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Amplify with Adam. Today we have a little 2-for-1 special here from JW Machine. We have Mark and Phyllis Chen. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to being able to talk to you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So I gave a brief introduction, right? Just JW Machine, but I'd love to hear from you guys. How JW Machine got started. A little bit about yourselves. Just tell us a little bit about you guys and JW Machine.
Okay. So JW Machine is an organization that started in 1991 doing business as a subcontractor for commercial companies and also got into defense contracting. It was started by a person named John Wilson that has now passed away. And in 2008, I purchased the organization, and because JW Machine had such a good name in the market and was known locally, we kept the name, we kept the staff, and we continue to try to grow through the ups and downs of the economy, and that's where we are now.
That's all. So, were you working for Mr. Wilson prior to 2008, or what was
No.
how did you get into the manufacturing space and kind of identify JW Machine as something that would be a good purchase?
I am an industrial and mechanical engineer by trade.
Gotcha.
And I was working for a automotive manufacturing company. I started as a cost estimator here in Florida, and became a research engineer for the organization, and ended up going to Ohio to open a plant and manage the plant. And later on, I joined another division of the same organization that was doing a joint venture with Honda Manufacturing in Ohio. After that, I ended up going to work for a company that's based in Wisconsin and had a plant in Mexico that they asked me to be the director of engineering there. So I have been manufacturing all along, and through that entire period, we have been looking for an organization that had some structure that we could based on and grow upon. And we found JW Machine, and that's how I purchased JW Machine in 2008.
That's awesome. I mean, you just listed about every area in the U.S. At one point or another, it seems like you were working there for somebody. So that's cool to be able to get around and have a lot of different experience, especially, I know the automotive and kind of manufacturing plants, it's same industry, but much different take on manufacturing than, say JW Machine. So, one thing when I was looking at your all's website, which you guys have a phenomenal website, it says parts on time, done right the first time. And I like that saying a lot. How did you guys land on that? And is that kind of like a core tenet for you guys, as you're looking at, when you're taking on jobs or when you're doing them, is that kind of a guiding light for the work that you do?
Yeah, that is pretty much a requirement in the automotive industry. And we try to incorporate the same thing for a service organization, this custom part, and that's what we strive for. We are not perfect, and we especially when we deal with custom products, every day is different, every part's different. There is not a base for us to build upon and do continuous improvement on the product. We have to do as a system, but our systems, we try to always quality first and then deliver on time always.
Yeah, no, I love that point about when you're doing custom parts, right? Like there's no continuous improvement. So even if you get it, right, but you're like, hey, we could do it a little bit better this time. A lot of times on the custom parts, you don't have that option because it's the next job that you're doing, right?
Yeah, it comes and goes.
Yeah. So do you guys, is that kind of what you guys focus on, is short run production, custom parts, one time jobs, or do you have some stuff that you're working on that you're able to do that continuous improvement?
Our machinery tends to land more to short to medium runs.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to be able to build the organization to a point that we can have a section of the organization that can do more long-term runs, more like a product family that we can continue to do improvement. But for as of right now, we focus in short to medium term runs.
Gotcha. So
is that competitive?
Yeah, is that kind of what the future looks like for JW, is having those short, medium, and long-term run?
That is the goal. That is the goal. Yes.
Awesome. And how do you drive to that? Is that something that you're talking to customers that are like existing customers that says, hey, in the future we want to be able to offer this, would you be willing to kind of work with us if we had that? Or is it more so just the work will come if you're able to kind of expand your capabilities that I'll have there?
Yeah, it's what we try to do is partner with other companies that can do long-term runs, and so we try to work with them and get the customers that are buying that kind of product, and at certain point when we have enough of those customers, we can invest in equipment to justify to support the customer like that on the long term.
Yeah, slow and steady growth. I love it, man. So Phyllis, I'd love to hear too. Did you come along on board at JW in 2008, or when did you join the team?
You probably have figured out Mark and I are married.
Yes, yeah.
So we're partners in the business and in life. And Mark and I actually met when I was representing a manufacturer, and their company needed our product. And so I headed up the contact between our organizations, and one thing led to another, and we're partners now in life.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And we had, from the very beginning, we wanted to have our own business working together, because my forte, of course, is marketing and sales. And thank you for the compliment on the website.
Looks
because we're blessed to find talent in building a marketing plan and the website, but I also had a lot of input as far as the content, the photos, and the writing and the language that's on the website.
Well, I will say, I mean, you see a lot of different levels of sites in the manufacturing industry, and your all's is fantastic. So,
well, that's great to know. I'll let our web developer know that.
Yeah. So one thing I always ask, and I think both of you guys bring an interesting perspective to this, is if you're talking to someone that's interested in getting into the manufacturing space, either learning machining or additive manufacturing, or looking at starting their own small business, what's one piece of advice that you would kind of pass along to someone that's interested in joining the space from a technical standpoint, or looking at starting their own small business? What's one thing that, because clearly you guys have been successful, and would love to pass some lessons on there?
Well, in a small business, you wear many hats, and so you have to have a little bit of background in everything.
A lot of exposure.
But more than anything else, you need to have good people to work for you. Otherwise, you don't have enough time in a day to get anything done. So if somebody wants to get into manufacturing, especially in small business, find good people, skilled good people that can help them along the way.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. Phyllis, I'd love to get your perspective on this too. Anything else to add?
I think as Mark, I will reinforce having strong, good people with good character and a desire to succeed. and meet the goals that we've set are very, very important. We work as a team. It's not just a one-man band, even though Mark and I both wear a lot of hats. That's the key, people.
Yeah. No, I think that's so important, especially as manufacturing becomes, there's more automation and there's more technology that gets added into it. It's still a people business, right? Like
it is definitely
internally, and also, managing relationships with your customers, right? And having personal relationships on that side too. So I think,
and communication, as you know, with Xometry,
yeah,
it's key to making sure that the whole throughput of the product there's communication back and forth through the whole process.
absolutely.
Which your website helps to do that in, checking off and making sure that things go smoothly, and everything that you put into your job travelers and your requirements on your purchase order is so key to the end result of getting it out the door on time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I promise I didn't pay you for that Xometry plug. So that was all natural right there. So, well, guys, thank you so much for joining. I've so enjoyed being able to speak with you guys today. And thank you for passing on those lessons and your story, because I think you guys have passed along some phenomenal lessons learned in the business. And it's cool to hear your story and JW Machine story. So thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey, everyone, tune in next week for another episode of Amplify with Adam. Mark, Phyllis, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
Have a great day.